Game catches up, my brother. What's up, brother? Am I coming through okay with the audio? Good to see you, brother. Hey, Show. Thank you for stopping by, Show. Let me know if my audio sounds good. Somebody could please let me know. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Jardim, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Hope everybody's doing well on this Tuesday night. On this Tuesday night, we're just hanging out. Nothing really to stream about, but or talk about as far as the politic world, but we're gonna keep it going and talk about some more stuff because we're in the month of October. So we're gonna keep this Halloween theme going for a little bit. I hope everybody's doing well. If you don't know, hey Nav, welcome. Good to see you. If you don't know, my name is Isaac. This is SE Wolverines. We stream pretty much every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that could change, and if it ever changes or the weather doesn't cooperate or something's going on personally in my life, I will let it be known, excuse-moi, I'll let it be known on my channel. I'll leave a post or something. So welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Snooks, good to see you. All right, good to see you, darling. Great to see you. I hope everybody's doing good. Might hear the occasional car go by, like a now, but it's all good in Hollywood. Hope everybody's doing good. Smurf, good to see you, brother. I'm glad you made it too. Somebody's wilding out, going down the road. Mo, good to see you, Mo. Thank you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Somebody's wilding out, driving down the road. When you live in the country a lot, unfortunately, you have a lot of people that, it's like any place you live. You have a lot of people that like to drink certain beverages, we'll say, and drive. So you got to be really careful around these parts. For whatever reason, it's a country thing, I think, a little bit. I don't do it, but I've seen it, and I've seen a lot of people do it, unfortunately. So, yeah, they do. They do. They drive like maniacs. I have a little, what you're looking at behind this fire is a little tree line, maybe 20 feet, the tree line. It's not very dense at all. And the main road that kind of goes through my development, since I've lived here, there has been at least 4 to 5 accidents right on the side of my house, basically, because people drive through and they'll come around a corner. There's a corner up there and there'll be a deer sitting in the road, and that's all you need. You start getting on these back roads and come through, and it's not good. Yup. You're right, Mo. Good to see you, Mo. Great to see you. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful out there, folks, because you don't know what's going on in the other vehicle. You can account for yourself, but unfortunately, you don't have no clue what's going on in the other video or on the other car. I'm sorry, I'm looking up a video, so I apologize. Especially with cell phones nowadays and people streaming from their phones, or they are looking down for a quick minute, answering a text or something. All it takes is for you to take your eyes off the road and something jump out in front of you and you're in trouble real quick. So I don't know if anybody has anything. Emma Chen, thank you. Good to see you. Hello. Great to see you. Just let it populate. I appreciate that. Thank you. Like done. I'll let it populate a little bit more, and we'll get going. Just when the comment was visible half. You know, when I stream this way, horizontally instead of vertical, the chat goes by so fast. I was thinking about going the other way tonight, but me personally, I like streaming horizontally, but the chat goes by so fast. So if I miss your comment or something, please type it again, because it's very hard. It goes by very fast for me streaming horizontally like this, and I apologize. And if you have any questions, I'll try to get to it, but just let me know again as soon as possible. I appreciate it. We got 9,000 people in the house. Thank you. And 11 likes. I appreciate it. So I went to, we'll just get started because whatever. I went to a spooky little thing they had for Halloween, and wasn't by my house. I had to travel to go to it. It was in Richmond, and I live a little bit far from Richmond, so I had to travel to it, and it was good. It was good. I've been there a couple times. It was like it's supposed to be like a haunted forest, haunted house, haunted corn maze, jammed into one. In Virginia, unfortunately, we don't have too many haunted houses or anything around this time of year. And I'm talking about attractions for fun stuff. I'm not talking about real haunted houses. But where I live, or in Virginia, period, most of it is like haunted woods or a corn maze, or let's see what else I got. Like a haunted forest and corn mazes are pretty much it. Up north, hey Jen, welcome in. Up north where I live, they had it all the time, like haunted houses. They had haunted hotels, and that was more of an indoor thing up north compared to down south. Maybe it's warmer down here, so they go outside a lot more, and it's colder up there, so that could be the reason. I had a good time, but to be honest with you, I'm looking for something the next level, because nothing, it's just a kind of jump scare thing, and once you've been to those, they're not really that scary to me. Some of the scenery they had in there, now this is they do a very good job as far as props go, and the scenes they set up. They do a great job. Some of them are drama kids from a local college, so they are actors, and they do a good job as far as that goes. But I'm just looking for the next level. Now, I went to one a couple years ago, and that was a little more, had a little more sizzle to it, I would say, because they had blanks and the blam blams, and you would be out there in the middle of the woods, and you hear somebody shoot off a couple blanks real by you or near you, and that put a little pep in your step, we'll say. So that was creepy. Got a car coming through. I'll just pause for a little bit. It's my neighbor coming through, pretty sure. Yeah, neighbor always comes through at this time. So I'm just looking. Loud trucks out here. They're like big trucks out here. Big trucks, Tonka tough trucks. But I'm looking for the next level, man. Looking for the next level. They'll have chainsaws going off, and that's cool. In some places you got to sign a waiver before you go up in, and it's pretty much like touch free. Can't really touch you. Some places I've been up north, you got to sign a waiver where they can kind of grab a hold of you. But hey Bob, good to see you. Welcome in, brother. I would be interested to know what's in your neck of the woods. So if you got something like really good, let me know and we can talk about it. If you have anything special. Now, I looked up the scariest Halloween attractions earlier, and I thought it was interesting. And they have them by each state. Now, I don't know where everybody lives at, but we can kind of go by it, have an idea of where some of you are. But if there is one in particular, like one you heard about in your, hey Echo, great to see you. Great to see you. If Indy's in here, good to see you, Indy. Neil, good to see you. Winnie, thank you. No, it's cool, Indy. I understand. I was busy yesterday. I missed your thing yesterday. I bit busy. Cat boy, good to see you, bro. Great to see you. Seeing everybody still coming in. I realize if you people got channels, I know you got channels. You got to do your thing. So going to never went. Oh, okay, yeah. If you got a sign, Winnie, good to see you, honey. I appreciate you, Winnie. I'm gonna come see you soon. Been crazy. Unknown YouTube. So I seen you subscribe the other day. Great name, by the way. Great name. Loving the name. And it is like the Unknown comic back in the day. I used to watch an Unknown comic, so I don't know if it has some reference to that. If you're a fan, for all I know, you could be him. So welcome to the channel. I appreciate you subscribing, and good to see you. We're like family over here, so good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, just like, yeah, Wolverines. Give you a Wolverine shout out. Glad to see you. Think you're a guy. Like, am I gonna dress up as a fireplace? No, I probably should. Holy skunk. Thank you, Holy skunk. Joshua's in the house. Good to see you, Josh. Josh, known Josh for a while. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Echo, it's always good to see you. We'll get going. I see you guys. I gotta at least dress up as an outdoor fire pit. Then somebody might try to set me on fire, Neil. No one around here will probably try to set me on fire. It's a good idea though, actually. It's a good idea. Yeah, when you Bo, get to back what you're saying, back to what you're saying. When you gotta sign a waiver, that's when they should be pretty good, in my experience. In my experience. So hopefully it's a good one. I don't know if you're gonna, stream outside or talk about it or give us a little sneak preview. Now the one I went to, they are on you as far as streaming. I was gonna go live right in the thing. I was gonna go live. Now I've been there a couple years in a row. This year I was kind of keeping it on the down low, I guess, and I tried to get, some shots. There are parts when you walk through the thing that they'll let you, some certain scenes they'll let you record. But I guess when they got the actors in certain parts, they don't want to let their secrets be known. So they don't like you filming it too much. But, SE, I don't really follow his rules. So, I had to get a little bit. So I got some recorded. And I hope to go back there and get some more. But we'll see how it goes. Now, I don't disrespect anybody. I don't try to like put the camera all up in their face or anything. But I figure the amount they charge you to go into the place, you should be able to record a little bit because they charge you so much and you want to go home with some memories. So that's how I look at it. Waverly Hills, because the building is in bad shape. Waverly Hills. Let's look up. So we'll start So I kind of wanted to go over that, if that's okay with you guys. I kind of wanted to look up what's the scariest, freakiest attractions in all of the land. So I'm going to put a little more wood on this fire, and I'm going to look up the scariest places, or so-called scariest places, haunted attractions in America. So give me a second. I'm going to throw another couple pieces of wood on this fire, and we will continue. All right, so you guys don't know, I don't have any kids, and my niece, that is like me and my niece are real. I have a niece that lives in the area. I have a sister who lives in the area, her daughter, and we are very close, and that is like a uncle niece thing that we do. I take her out since she was really young. I like to take her to these things, and we have a good time. We have a good time. So, and they have stuff for, they have food carts there. It's a good time to me. I like it. All right, we're gonna look at Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and it's general admissions $20. Instead of VIP, they have RIP, which is $60. They probably let you go. They always got a thing. You pay a little extra. You skip the line. You can go ahead of people. And event parking $5. And let's see if we get up here. No, it does. Let me see. All right. So I guess Waverly Hills Sanatorium is a former tuberculosis sanatorium and a beautiful example of Tudor Gothic agriculture. It is on the National Register of Historic Places, and this building is huge. This building is huge. You move the indoors sometimes to show you the pictures, but we have a way to look at it. It's a big old Gothic looking building. And today, Waverly is visited by thousands of people each year in search of history, agriculture, and the paranormal. We offer historical tours, paranormal tours, as well as both public and private investigations. Creepy place. Creepy place. They give you information if you want to book a tour. So doesn't really tell you too much about the attraction. It's just giving you information too. But I guess it's one of those old tuberculosis hospitals, and it looks a little creepy. And if I'm not mistaken, it's in Missouri. Hey Jane, welcome in, honey. We'll look up something. Didn't really give too much information on it. We'll go through some more stuff. Just bear with me while I pull it up. Hey Melanie, welcome in. Arsenio, welcome in. Good to see you. All right. trying to pull up some more here. So let's go to, we'll just start off in Virginia. Pardon me 1 second, folks. Anybody having anyone you want to check out in your area, let me know. We could look it up while I'm trying to pull some ones up. Just let me know. A little different on the phone than when I was looking at. All right, here we go. This is where I was at earlier. All right. Coming right up. So has anybody got any in the area they want to check out? If not, we'll keep on going. Okay. Now, we're at, here's one. This is in Alabama. For everybody in Alabama, it's called the Atrox Factory. Hey, Steve, welcome in. Good to see you. The Amador Hotel. Okay. Steve, if you could just, I'm going to go over this and then we'll look up the Amador Hotel. All right. So here's one called the Atrox Factory. It's in Alabama. It features over a quarter-mile of twisted hallways, bringing with demons, demented doctors, and the undead. Atrox Factory in Leeds makes good on its promise of industrial strength horror. Creepy place. Ghost and Good Times Girls Walking Tour in Alaska. I don't think I have too many people from Alaska. But take the Ghosts and Good Time Girls Walking Tour for a look at the places where the most notorious characters from Skagway's history once walked. The tour wraps up with a visit to the Red Onion Saloon, where you might just catch the scent of disembodied perfume or hear footsteps that mean you may have been visited by Lydia, the saloon's resident ghost. So if you're ever in Alaska, you may want to check. Ghosts and Good Times walking tours. So let's look up what Steve said. Aldermore. Say that one more time, Steve. Aldermore, I think. Make sure I got it right. Hi, April. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Great to see you, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy stuff out there, folks. A lot of creepy stuff. Adam Amador Hotel. Okay, I'm probably saying it all wrong. Yeah, so I'm glad. Amador Hotel. Okay, here we go. Here it is. It's actually closed right now for renovations, they said. But it's said to be haunted with reports of shadow figures, mysterious flashlight activity, and even unseen entities scratching people. According to local folklore, the spirit of a young girl named Annie is one of the most famous ghosts, with visitors reporting sounds of giggling and a small figure darting across the second floor. The building, originally built in 1866, has served many purposes throughout its history, including a temporary morgue. So that's crazy. It had a temporary morgue there, which contributes to its ghostly reputation. Wow. Reported paranormal activity, visual shadowy figures are frequently reported. Visitors hear whispers in empty hallways and the giggling of a child. Some report being scratched by unseen hands and feeling a playful tug on their clothes. Flashlights are said to mysteriously turn on and off. The most famous ghost is said to be a little girl named Annie, who reportedly died on the property. The hotel's history includes serving as a saloon, a political meeting place, so you know it's corrupt right there. You know a place is corrupt when it's a former political meeting place. All types of activity going on. And a temporary morgue during the 1918 influenza outbreak, which adds to its spooky reputation. The hotel is a popular stop on local ghost tours where many of these paranormal reports are shared. It's important to note that while these stories are popular, there's no scientific evidence confirming the haunting. May not be scientific, but if people are used to seeing them, then who knows? Who knows? And this is in New Mexico. Creepy little place. Creepy little place. Wow, I like the local folklore. I'm probably gonna butcher this real bad. Of La Llorona tells the story of the spirit of a woman doomed to wander this earth, searching for her children who drowned in the river. Retellings of the story may differ in detail. One popular version centers around Maria, a beautiful woman who marries a handsome suitor. Together they have children, and as time passes, her husband becomes restless. Some stories speak of his infidelity, while others talk of his longing for his wild bachelor life. Ultimately, she becomes resentful of his growing indifference and his warming, loving attentions toward their children. In a fit of revenge and anger, she then drowns her children in the river. Although some retellings attribute their deaths to a tragic accident. Either way, the grief over her children's deaths overwhelms Maria and she drowns herself. Maria cannot enter the afterlife without her children, and her spirit becomes trapped between this world and the next. To this day, she wanders the riverbanks and waterways at night, searching for them, crying out. Another popular version claims the beautiful Maria becomes pregnant by a Spaniard above her class. He refuses to marry her, and she drowns the child as an act of revenge before drowning herself. In this retelling, she also is refused entry into the afterlife and wanders the riverbank crying out for the child she drowned. The legend is meant to caution children from lingering too close to open bodies of water and wandering alone at night. If they do, Maria might find them, thinking they are her child, and take them away forever. Wow. That's creepy. Creepy building too. Wow. You know, I was doing some research on jack-o'-lanterns. You guys know how we got the name jack-o'-lanterns? Have you ever seen that or know the reason why we have jack-o'-lanterns and celebrate that? Some of you might. I'll see in the comments what you guys say. That's creepy. Hey, Eugene, welcome in. That's a creepy story, man. Wow, that place. I'm ever in New Mexico. I've been through there once, twice. Al, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Got 15 people in the house. I appreciate 32 likes. I appreciate y'all. Look up Stanley Hotel, Colorado. Okay. You got it, Mo. Stanley Hotel, Colorado. And I appreciate you guys in the chat. I really do. I appreciate you guys letting me know stuff because it helps me. You guys help me learn about stuff, so I appreciate it. All right, this is on. Hold on one second. That was on their main page here. Stanley Hotel. All right. The Stanley Hotel is known for its hauntings, famously inspiring Stephen King's The Shining, which is a great movie. Great movie. Love it. With paranormal activity reported across the property, key reported phenomenon include the ghost of housekeeper Elizabeth Wilson in room 217. The sounds of playing of children, the sounds of playing children on the fourth floor, and the presence of Flora Stanley, the founder's wife, who is often heard playing the piano. The hotel has embraced its reputation by offering ghost tours and other paranormal experiences. Room 217, considered one of the most haunted rooms, is associated with Elizabeth Wilson, a housekeeper, injured in a 1911 gas explosion. Guests reported feeling a presence, having objects moved, and even their clothes being folded. I need to get Elizabeth Wilson at my house, fold all my clothes up. The area is frequently associated with the fourth floor. Let me back up and rewind. The fourth floor. This area is frequently associated with spectral children, with reports of laughter, running, and crying heard in the hallways in rooms like 413 and 418. There's a concert hall. The area is linked to several ghosts, including Flora Stanley and a homeless girl named Lucy, who supposedly froze to death in the basement. A mirror in the basement is also said to capture ghostly apparitions. Other hotspots include room 407, where an Irishman is said to appear, in room 428, also called the Cowboy, where furniture supposedly moves on its own. Flora Stanley, the founder's wife, often seen or heard in the music room and concert hall, sometimes playing the piano. The housekeeper, these are the ghosts that people have reported. The housekeeper, Elizabeth Wilson, from room 217, believed to be the source of the paranormal activity in that room, including folding of guest clothes. Sounds of children playing, laughing, and crying are often reported. Various other spirits are reported, such as a cowboy in room 428 and a male spirit in 401, and that's the Stanley Hotel. And if anybody's seen The Shining, that is a great movie. Great movie. Minerva, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you, Minerva. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. That's the Stanley Hotel. That's the Stanley Hotel. So that's a great movie. We were talking about that at Game Catches Up, some good haunted movies. Or horror movies, excuse me. Red Rum. Red Rum. Red Rum. That movie's crazy, though. Here's Johnny. Remember that part? Whew. Tried at the Stanley Hotel, and they booked 8 months ahead and wanted to stay in the haunted room. Wow. Wow. I would love to go out there. I'm planning on going to Colorado next year. Probably maybe 2 years. 2 years. Trying to save up my pennies that they don't have anymore. So I better start saving them because I want to take a trip. I want to take a trip. I would love to go to some of these spots. Love to go on these spots. Anybody got anything else? There was story. Let's see. Do you guys, Waverly Hills and... Yeah, hey, Ian, welcome in, brother. Yeah, we went over Waverly Hills already. Okay, look up the haunted jailhouse in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Okay, we'll do that one from Game Catches Up. Great channel, by the way. Great dude. Let me see. Haunted jailhouse. All right. Should be in Burlington County. Yep, got it right here. The Burlington County Prison Museum is considered one of the most haunted jails in the state. Opened in 1811 and in operation until 1865, the historic site is a National Historic Landmark where paranormal investigators report ghost activity. It is open for visits and special events such as free ghost tours in the week leading up to Halloween, which include guided tours by historians and opportunities to rent equipment like spirit boxes. Let me throw some more one on the fire. Bear with me, folks. All right. Talking about the Burlington County Prison Museum in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Opened in 1811, was the longest continuously used prison in the U.S. until it closed in 1865. Wow. The hauntings, described by paranormal investigators as one of the New Jersey's most haunted locations with many reports of ghostly activity. See if we can look up. Let me look up something else. See how they described it. See if they get a little more in depth with it, but it's the oldest prison. Wow. Okay. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported various phenomena, including moaning, rattling chains, and the smell of cigarette smoke in the dungeon. Tools have been known to go missing from one area and reappear in a locked cell. So how the heck does that happen if it's in a locked cell? The prison's history of violence includes the murder of the warden and a trustee by an inmate, and seven hangings in the courtyard. So they had 7 hangings in its courtyard. A prisoner named Joel Clough was buried on the grounds after his execution, and reports of his spirit were among the first paranormal claims. The prison is a national historic landmark and was the oldest continuously used jail in the country before it closed. The prison is now a museum that is open to the public. It is also a site for paranormal investigations. Wow. We're going to dive a little deeper. Built in 1811 by the young architect Robert Mills, the prison was one of the first designs and was considered state-of-the-art for its time. Mills went on to direct the design and construction of the U.S. Treasury Building, the U.S. Patent Office, and the U.S. Post Office, as well as the Washington Monument in Baltimore and the National Monument in D.C. No small potatoes. So this guy was a crazy architect, Robert Mills. They say Burlington County Prison is haunted, and I agree. It would be out of the ordinary for a place like this not to be. Besides, there's photos, videos, and audio tapes to prove it. Currently operated as a museum, this impressive stone structure sits high on High Street in Mount Holly, and it waits as patiently as a spider for visitors. It has been investigated by ghost hunters and also featured on TV when such a group explored after-hours orb photos, and EVPs indicate that something still walks the prison halls. Built in 1811 by the young architect Robert Mills, the prison was one of the first designs and was considered state-of-the-art. The Burlington County Prison was in constant operation from 1811 to 1966. Among its alumni, okay, get this, among its alumni was a man named Albert DeSalvo, who was passing through New Jersey and arrested on lewd and indecent exposure charges. He later graduated to notoriety, as the Boston Strangler was there. Reading the old volumes of the arrest records is entertaining. There's a colorful lot of prisoners, crimes, and punishments pursue. Another character to have made his mark in Burlington history was the excellent detective Ellis Parker, who sounds like a Sherlock Holmes. Mike Rowley, chief guide of the museum, can fill you in on the details of Parker's exciting life. So I had the Boston Strangler there. Besides the executions, other violent deaths took place at the prison during the 1920s. Some inmates managed to escape, making their way through the lowest level. They encountered a trustee near the kitchen, and they murdered him. A few decades later, particularly the same scenario occurred, with a second guard being killed in the same corridor. The last execution to take place at Burlington County Prison was a double bill in March of 1906. 2 men, Rufus Johnson and George Small, were executed just 2 months after their crime. They had murdered an English-born governess at a refuge for homeless children in Moorestown. Consequently, the crime had been solved within days by the Detective Parker. Joel Claw had been arrested and convicted of the stabbing death of a woman in Bordentown. Apparently, she had jilted him. Though he managed to escape, the 29-year-old Claw was quickly recaptured and confirmed to the death cell on the upper floor of the prison. Wow. The dungeon or maximum security cell was the center of the top floor. That location was carefully chosen to prevent escape by digging, to minimize communication with criminals in the other cell blocks, and to ensure constant surveillance by guards making rounds. This was the only cell without a fireplace. It must be freezing. It is flanked by niches for guards or visitors and has one very high, very small window and an iron ring in the center of the floor to which the prisoner could be chained. As one might expect, tradition states that this cell is haunted. So that is the prison in New Jersey. Wow. Let this car go through. Steve, if you're still in there, Steve, what was that one you said after game that you wanted me to check out? And I appreciate you guys here with me tonight. Everybody here, we got 1,400 in the house, 36 likes, and I appreciate you. Check out Eugene's music, good dude. Lucky, good to see you. Good to see you, Lucky. Thank you for stopping by. That was 30 minutes from where. Oh, wow, it was 30. Wow, so you've been there. You probably seen it, huh? The Myrtle Plantation. Okay, let's just check it out. We'll see. The Myrtle Plantation. We'll see what that is. Thank you for stopping by, Lucky. The Myrtle Plantation. All right, the Myrtle Plantation. It's billed as the most haunted home in America. Some say 9 different ghosts walk the rounds of the Louisiana bed and breakfast. There are lots of supposedly haunted places in the South, but Myrtle's Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana, roughly 30 miles north of Baton Rouge, may just be home to the region's most alleged ghosts per square foot. In fact, the mansion's former owner, Francis Kermeen, takes it a step further, calling the house the most haunted in America. Frances and her former husband James bought the plantation turned in 1980 after visiting it while on vacation. They were in their 20s at the time and they knew little about the property history. By the time they would leave, more than 10 years later, Frances would have a trove of otherworldly encounters to rehash and her marriage would be over. Frances chronicled the frightening ordeal in her book, The Myrtle's Plantation, the true story of America's most haunted house. What? Frances moved down to Louisiana first. James stayed behind in California to tie up loose ends. During the transition between the owners, the 28-room Creole cottage-style bed and breakfast continued honoring its guest reservations, and the previous innkeeper stayed on the show to show Frances the ropes. On her second night there, a terrifying encounter left Frances reeling. I heard footsteps coming up from the stairs, and I didn't think anything of it. But I had left my light off, and I woke up and it was on, so I turned it off. Then the footsteps started up again. I figured it was one of the other guests, but then the doorknob started to rattle. I called out and nobody answered. Francis told this to a podcaster in 2015 called The Mysterious Universe. Concerned that someone had tried to enter a room, Frances made a dash downstairs once she thought the coast was clear and tried to wake the owner. When he didn't respond, she thought when he didn't respond, she sought liquid courage from a few nips of cherry brandy and eventually fell asleep on the sofa. She awoke to the feeling of someone watching her. I looked up, and standing over me was a black lady. Her head was wrapped in a green turban, Frances described on the podcast. I could see her holding an old-fashioned tin with the loop through it. The candlelight, and I lost it. I started to scream. I reached my hand out to touch her. I could tell she was a ghost because she was see-through, but as my hand passed through her, she faded away. What? Legend has it that a slave girl named Chloe was hanged on the property around 1820 after she served poisoned food laced with, we'll just skip that, accordingly to someone, resulting in the death of the lady of the house, Sarah Woodruff, and her two young daughters. Other sources, however, indicate Sarah had her children die of yellow fever. General Dave Bradford built the Myrtles plantation, then called Laurel Grove. In 1796, after he was banished from the United States for his involvement in the Pennsylvania Whiskey Rebellion, thus earning him the nickname Whiskey Dave. His wife and five children joined him there several years later. His daughter, Sarah, later inherited the house after marrying Judge Clark Woodruff, following the death of his wife and two of his three children from either yellow fever or slave insurgents, depending on who you ask. He sold the property to Ruffin Sterling, expanded the house, and renamed it after the nearby crepe myrtles. Over the course of its 221-year history, Myrtles has witnessed numerous deaths, some natural, others the result of violent confrontations. William Winter, a lawyer who lived there from 1865 to 1871, was shot on the porch. Rumors allege that he staggered into the house, started going up the stairs looking for his wife, and died on the 17th step. Modern-day employees and guests have claimed to have heard his dying steps on the stairwell. Chloe and William Winter are just two of the 9 ghosts Francis says that inhabit Myrtles, though some say numerous murders have occurred there, and historic records only confirm the shooting death of Winter. I had thousands of reports from guests in my 10 years there, from hearing things, seeing things, the bed lifting, floating around the room, to being chased down the stairs with a broom, Francis told Mysterious Universe. Other supernatural sensory effects reported there include the scent of perfume, distant sounds of babies crying, and parties happening again and again with no logical source. The home's stained glass entrance, an original feature, bears the emblem of the French cross. The porch and shutters are painted in paint blue, another superstitious precaution to ward off malevolent spirits. Wow. Wow. Keep going. As with any ghost story, the tale of Myrtle's plantation has its critics. In Virginia, Ghost Forum points to local newspaper reporting of William Winter's death. For example, the impact of a single shotgun blast deleted him instantly. It claims effectively negating any logic behind reports of hearing Winter's fateful footsteps on the stairs. For their part, the current owners of Myrtle seem to have braced its place as America's most haunted home. They've dedicated a section of its online presence to history and hauntings and offer daily tours of the plantation's history, mystery, and intrigue. Wow, that was good. That was good. It was good. Let me switch this wood around real quick. All right. Appreciate y'all staying with me. My name is Isaac for SE Wolverines. Good to see you, Cindy. Welcome in. 14 people in the house. Appreciate y'all. Anybody got any other things they want to check out over here? Appreciate the love, you guys. Got a great people in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys. Diabolical Debbie, good to see you. Welcome in. OBX goes. Let's see what we got. OBX Ghost Tours. Is that what you're talking about, North Carolina? Longest running haunted ghost tours in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Let's see, I'm trying to look up. Doesn't really say too much. Was that at a certain place, the OBX? Am I on the right thing? Trying to look up something specific. Was that like the Outer Banks tour? Do it. You're welcome at any time, Debbie. Thank you, Smurf. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I see the Outer Banks tours. I'm not really for sure if that was what you guys are talking about. Check out Diabolical Debbie's page. She is great stuff, man. Great channel. She's cool. And check Diabolical Debbie out. I like to go there. She got some great videos. And she's cool, y'all. Let's see. All right, we're going to go. We're going to talk about this real quick until I see somebody come up as far as the OBX concerned, because I'm not finding much information on that. So I don't know if I'm looking it up wrong or what. So I wanted to go over this about jack-o'-lanterns and why and what's the story behind a jack-o'-lantern. Because I was looking this up the other day and I thought it was interesting. Now, hey Mary, good to see you, honey. Welcome in. Now, the story of where we get jack-o'-lanterns, it's an old Irish folklore character named Stingy Jack. I don't know if you guys ever heard this story of the Irish folklore character named Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil twice, but was denied entry to both heaven and hell upon his death, and he was doomed to wander the earth forever. And it's called The Legend of Stingy Jack. Several centuries ago in Ireland, there lived a drunkard known as Stingy Jack. He was known throughout the land as a deceiver or manipulator. On a fateful night, Satan overheard the tale of Jack's evil deeds and silver tongue. Unconvinced of the rumors, the devil went to find out for himself whether or not Jack lived up to his vow. Typical of Jack, he was drunk and wandering through the countryside at night when he came upon a body on his cobblestone path. The body, with an eerie grimace on its face, turned out to be the devil himself. Jack realized that this was his end. Satan had finally come to collect his soul, so Jack made a last request. He asked the devil to let him drink ale before he departed to hell. Finding no reason not to grant the request, Satan took Jack to the local pub and supplied him with many alcoholic beverages. Upon quenching his thirst, Jack asked Satan to pay the tab for the ale. Much to his surprise, because he didn't carry any money, Jack convinced the devil to turn himself into a silver coin with which to pay the bartender and change back when he's not looking. Satan did so, and pressed upon Jack's unyielding, nefarious tactics. Shrewdly, Jack stuck the now transformed Satan coin into his pocket, which also contained a crucifix. The crucifix presence kept the devil from escaping his form. This coerced Satan to agree to Jack's demand. In exchange for his freedom, he had to spare Jack's soul for 10 years. 10 years after the date Jack originally struck his deal, he naturally found himself once again in the devil's presence. Jack happened upon Satan in the same setting as before, and he seemingly accepted it was his time to go to hell for good. As Satan prepared to take him to hell, Jack asked if he could have one apple to feed his starving belly. Foolishly, Satan once again agreed to this request. As he climbed up the branches of a nearby apple tree, Jack surrounded its base with crucifixes. Satan, frustrated at the fact that he had been entrapped again, demanded his release. As Jack did before, he made a second demand that he will never take his soul to hell. Having no choice, the devil agreed and it was set free. Eventually, the drinking took its toll on Jack, and he died. Jack's soul prepared to enter heaven through the gates of St. Peter, but he was stopped. Jack was told by God that because of his sinful lifestyle of deceitfulness and drinking, he was not allowed into heaven. Jack then went down to the gates of hell and begged for admission into the underworld. Satan, fulfilling his obligation to Jack, could not take his soul. He gave Jack an ember to light his way. Jack is doomed to roam the world between the plains of good and evil, with only an ember inside a hollow turnip to light his way. So that's the story of where we get jack-o'-lanterns. And they say Jack on Hallows Eve goes around, but if you put a jack-o'-lantern and light it up, on your step, the jack will skip over your house and not take the kids away. And that's the story of the tale of Stingy Jack. And it was made in Ireland, and it's the reason why we have jack-o'-lanterns on Halloween. So I thought that was a good story. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We got 16 people in the house, 40 likes. Anything else you want to go as we wind on down? Been on for a little bit more. Anybody got any more things you want to look up? We still got a little bit of this fire going. I appreciate you guys stopping by. There are people in the chat room, and we got Indy here dropping links and good people. And make sure you check out their channels, because there's some great people. Good. Thank you for coming, show. Great people on the channel, just beautiful people, man. And I appreciate you guys. The people that don't have a channel, normally you can catch them here in the other people's channel, but I have amazing people that come to my lives, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Blue Unicorn. Check out Blue Unicorn. And Anarchy is in the house. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming. Good to see you both. And they got channels, so I got a good group of people. I appreciate you guys so much. So we'll keep it rolling a little bit more. If you want me to see something or look up anything else, let me know. Thought that was a good story about Stingy Jack and why we have jack-o'-lanterns. Diabolical Debbie, great channel. All right, you guys. So we're going to wind it on down. Thank you so much. I'm here on Tuesdays at 11. We're going to stream. If for whatever reason, just life in general, something happens, or I cannot stream due to inclement weather or something, you could check out my page on my YouTube channel. I'll leave a post or something that I'm not going today or anything. But thank you so much. And I appreciate it, all you guys coming to hear what I have to say. I'll be visiting all your channels because I enjoy your channels just as much as hopefully you enjoy mine. So, love you all. I hope you have a beautiful night. Thank you for checking out SE Wolverines. My name is Isaac, and I hope you have a beautiful night. I'm going to let this fire keep going. So you're welcome, but as far as the show is going to be over, but I'm just going to stream the fire, and we're not going to end in the chat right now. But if you guys want to stay here and chat with one another for a little bit, feel free to. But as far as the portion of commentary goes, we're going to end it right here. And I'm just going to let this fire die out, and we're going to just keep it going, the stream, until the fire dies out. So appreciate you guys. Mr. Lee, have a beautiful, another great channel. April, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys. We'll just let the fire roll. Have a beautiful night. God bless. Thank you for checking me out. My name is Isaac with SE Wolverines. Appreciate you all. And we'll catch you later. All right, good night, everybody. Have a blessed day or night wherever you are. Thank you for stopping by. God bless you guys, and you have a great day. Thank you for watching SE Wolverines. Appreciate y'all. And we're going to shut it down and have a blessed day.